What up, what up? Coming to you live, Dilio T2K YouTube channel coming on this video. In this video, I'm not going to cook up, I'm going to talk. It seems like a lot of times that's what people seem to like to listen to and engage with the most. But I want to talk about why I like the MPC the most, and also why I'm not trying to really attack anybody or really to downplay or insult or clown anyone or even try to make anybody else feel insecure about using whatever it is they use, whether it be a Maschine or SP404 or a Polygon tracker. But as for me, I mean, a lot of times in this day and age, when you actually want to take a stance on something, everybody likes to say it depends, and and everybody gives these kind of these politically correct answers. Though I don't know how politically incorrect you can get on a preference of a drum machine hardware. But as for me right now, I think the best thing that I like to use is the MPC. And I like it more than using the machine. Now, if you use if you use the machine, if you use that and that's your go-to, you sticking by that and that's your bread and butter, then go full steam ahead into that. Although I think I'll be concerned with how NI has moved with it. Now NI has dope sounds. I'm never gonna say NI don't got dope sounds and plugins. They got all that stuff. But when it comes to as far as like drum making platforms, this one seems to be the most supported. Now I don't know, but here's the thing: like I've been out on the scene, like I've been doing these events on Monday. It's called PB&J, where we do beats and chill. It's like a kickback that's at Dugan's every Monday from 7 to 11. So if you want to come through, please come through there. And the other guys that were there, shout out to Reptar. I don't know if he ever sees this, but if he does, shout out. He had an SP44. Nice had his SP44. And I'm like, what is the deal with these SP44s? Because I don't know what's the deal with them. I tried to get one running. My friend of mine let me borrow his. And this is that green SP44 they had, and I couldn't really get it running. But so I was frustrated. I was like, but I knew that there's something I don't know about it. And then when I saw them using the SP44, I saw them trigger samples, but I didn't really see them sequence beats in real time. And actually, I heard them really like trigger full length songs on there. And I was looking at some of the features of the SP404, and it seems like to me that it has live real-time effects. And I think that's probably one of the cool things about it is having that live real-time effect. And that makes me kind of consider that. And it's like, well, why do I want to have live real-time effects when I got live real-time effects on the MPC? But the thing is, like, if I were to compare the experience of going into real-time effects and real-time between the two, it's faster on the SP44 because all the effects are right there in real time. Like the effects are on buttons on there. You can do real-time effects on the MPC, but you still got to go to the XY and then trigger it. But if you're triggering XY effects on the MPC, then you're fully committed to that function and you can't see what's going on in your sequence. You might have the clock or something going on at the top of the screen, but for the most part, you're triggering those effects. You have to come back to the main screen to see what your sequence is doing. Whereas on SP404, you could just reach up to a button, tweak it, and turn it on and off right there while your beat is going right there. But what I did notice is that they were playing tracks through that. But I'm not opposed to that. I think that's probably the vibe. And I think, but there's so much I think I want to learn about the SP404, and it's about understanding the culture behind it and why do people like it. And I don't think you can really understand why people like it until you use it yourself. Hey Anna, how are you? Hidden, how are you? Yeah, so I'm just talking about different drum machines and stuff like that. Just wanted to come on and just ramble a little bit, just catch a vibe, see what kind of conversation can be had about this topic. But as far as like dynamics and doing stuff, the most you can get bang for dollar is an MPC. But I do like how the price of entry for SP404 is very low. It's very low. Like it's like, I don't know, like $4.99 for SP404. And that's pretty low compared to like an MPC one, which is like about 800 or so. Even the hard case for SP404. And I think that's another thing about the SP404 that I think people would like, and I could see why if a Kyle's going to come out with some new hardware, they would have to come up with something that competes with. They don't need to go bigger. They got the biggest drum machines and stuff already, but the size and cost of entry, I could see why a lot of people got that. If they wanted a nice drum sequencing sampler, without really spending a whole lot or finding it used, I think that I could see why that would be the option to go with, because it is a low cost of entry to get into it right there. Thank you, Anna, sir, for the live stream and subscribe. I appreciate you doing that. And I think that it's you know what, Anna, I wish I had more dramatic stuff to talk about. Like, shout out to Stone Paxton. I saw his streams go from like his streams are so high right now on the live stream, dealing with the whole Angie Stone thing. And I'm just like, wow, so it's a bit, I don't have drama, and maybe that's why people don't really tune in a whole lot on here. And I know I haven't been coming on frequently. And I've talked about the struggle before, and I guess I'll talk about the struggle of the 9 to 5 versus the dream and passion, like live streaming as my own brand and having a large audience is a dream and passion. And it's always a lot of fun. I think it's very stimulating. It's fun. It lines up with the dream of being a content creator or being someone in the creative field. But a lot of times, the best time to stream is when I'm at work. Like, it seems like the most engaged that these platforms are on this platform. I appreciate that encouragement, Anna. It seems like the most people who are on YouTube is like during the day. Like, what is people doing? Hey, DeMar, how you doing? I still owe you a track, flat out. I still owe you that track. But it seems like the main time to like live stream on YouTube is like during work hours, and it's frustrating for me because unless it's a day off or something like that, I can't do that. PC Bench, okay, that's what's up. Hey, then I forgot you are an engineer. You are a technician of sorts. But yeah, I think that I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna find my audience and rebuild it some kind of way as myself. It can be done. It just takes consistency and hard work. And I'm sort of wrestling. Well, I'm doing a lot more now. I mean, I don't really talk about it, but I've been at the gym like every day. What kind of video card are you putting in the hidden? I've been working at the gym. I've been working, and I've been working out at the gym. It's May 1st. I actually have been going to the gym like in the morning before work. Then I go to work. Then I come home, get changed. I go back to the gym. And then I try to find, and then I'm working at night too, doing content or rehearsing and all that stuff. So it's a discipline thing. But yeah, I think that the SP404 is very interesting. I think I might get one. I think I should get one to play with. And what I've seen people do is hook up the 404 to their MPCs for live effects. I could see that. That'd probably be the direction I go. But then also, like, I guess from what I'm seeing, like, you can DJ with a SP404, which is very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me how you can do a lot of stuff on there. It's very portable. It's very, but then again, I'm like, well, my live is portable, and the one is portable, but this is if you were to compare sizes of this to a SP404, the SP4 is like, first it sits like this. It has the buttons on the bottom, right? And then you got, see this thing, it's portable, but it's kind of like, not backpack portable. Like, I wouldn't take this to PMR Park to make beats on. Yes, I probably would. But would it be easier to do with an SP404? Probably. The screen probably won't get washed out as much. The screen probably won't get washed out as much with it. I don't see it, like, as far as the weight. I don't see. I'm wearing a shirt. See, as a big guy, I'm gonna talk about big guy fashion for a second. So, the reason I like this shirt is because it's looser around the gut, but it's snugger around the sleeves. So the sleeves, it makes your arms look big. It's an illusion. No, it's not an illusion. My arms are actually this size. But there's certain clothes you can wear as a larger guy that can highlight you without trying to create a false sense of who you are. That was a side quest topic. But yeah, the SP404 looks like a really cool tool, and I'm very curious about it. But I know that I'm not really going to really understand it till I have one, till I sit down with it. And if I were to look at the SP404, it has an OLED display. It has a lot of things to it. I'm just gonna read out these features real quick. Welcome from Australia. How are you, Stopzilla? Thank you for coming by. Vivid OLED display, 17 velocity sensitive pads. Let's see, can I F11 this page? Yeah. I'm just looking at the rolling site real quick. And compact, ultra lightweight design, USB-C mobile battery via Type-C port, 6 AA batteries, upgraded I/O includes 14-inch in-out TRS. Okay, so I mean it has assistive onboard effects, lo-fi too. Now that's what I'm saying. You can do this on the MPC. The Hanes t-shirts, yeah, they do. You slept in too much. I'm doing okay. I'm just talking about different drum machines and devices. Thank you for coming by to the live stream. Dedicated vocoder, really? Auto pitch, harmony. Dang, there's a lot of effects in here. So there's Koala sampler, integrated bidirectional sampling support, companion lessons from melodics to clue. Yeah, so I mean but why would I be interested in this? I guess it's because it's a new experience. Now I'm pretty serious with it as an MPC user, and I like using that a lot. I like using that a lot, but I'm curious about the experience of this. You know, and they always got the mandatory producer out in the wild picture. All the companies do this, like Kai, Roland, Native, everybody does this. So it's but I'm very curious about this though. I'm very curious about the experience, combining them together with my MPC, having fun with it, saving up, customize it. You can get custom faceplates. That's cool. So, sample packs, Rolling Cloud, and more. I'm not a fan of Rolling Cloud so much, but I'm just, we'll see what's up with it. Import format, WAV, IFF, MP3. Yeah, so I'm definitely curious about that, but I like this, definitely like this. And it's like a DJ thing too. You can't DJ music on MPC Live. That's something that really stuck out to me about this device, is that you can DJ music on it. But I think that in a live situation, I want to see you make the beat like in front of me. Like I don't want you to just sit there and hit play. I think anybody could take what they make in the crib and press play out in the wild at the location. I want to see what you can do right in front of me, right there on the spot, which is interesting because that's what I specialize in on this live stream. And everybody knows, if you've been on this live stream, you've seen me do stuff on the spot. And you could probably do this on the Machine Plus. Let's look at the Machine Plus real quick. But I stand by that. Hey, Janky, how are you? I still stand by that. We're just talking about drum machines and nerdy drum machine stuff. But if I were to look at Native, and like I said, this is not a slight, this is not a slight against Native or anything like that, or anybody who uses it. Wait, how much they say that thing costs? Oh, it's software. So let's look at this. I mean, now one thing I can't say that's bad. I can't say the hardware is ugly. It's nice looking hardware. Like, it's nice looking hardware. One thing I know that they do nice is it's some nice looking hardware. Power supplies there. I don't think this has a battery in it. And it has sounds in here, but I don't know if they're happening in real time. And I haven't really seen anything that impressed. Like this stuff right here, this arranging clip stuff. I I think that's what probably got me out the door on the Maschine product. Now I'm talking about Maschine. I'm not talking about their plugins and sounds. They got some of the best plugins and sounds that you can get. But as far as like just that workflow, that arranging workflow, I've never been a fan of that. I worked with it to make it work, but I never like fell in love with it. But I know that's how they want to do it. Now, other people, they might, and what's also interesting, you can't tell me that I don't know how to work a Maschine. Like, I got all kinds of videos on my YouTube channel working with the MPC, not the MPC, the Maschine, before we got to this level of it. But I really would like them to do more updates faster with it. And I just don't know. And it is a $2,200 device. And if I were to compare that to an MPC One, I would be like, yo, I couldn't do it as far as like everything you get with the MPC One and the capabilities you get with it. I can't, just for the cost alone, like the cost of a MPC One is like a fraction of that. And now I guess that was another thing that turned me off of it. Now, if I was really like a machine head, yeah, I probably would pull the trigger on that kind of money, but I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I think that's about controversial. I won't get yellow dart. I don't have, but I don't think I want to be that. I don't think I want to be a drama person. I hope I never have to do that. But I think that kind of comes with the territory. Like if you get really popular on a platform and you get like tons of views and tons of traction on the platform and a lot of people looking at you, you're gonna have some crazy people coming at you, just talking crazy. The trolls are gonna come. And every time I think about a troll, I'm like, okay, what does that troll person look like? Because there's a person on the other side of that. Typically, there's a person on the other side of that. And you got to think if a lot, and I'm like, why? What is it about it? Is this a kid doing this? You got to be careful, man, because some of these trolls are kids posing as adults. And you have to be mindful of that and be careful. So I'm not really so weirded out about that. I'm not so weirded about that. But I know that drama sells. Like I said, when I was watching Stone Paxton, like he was talking about MPC and stuff, he was doing good. But when that indie stuff came in, woo boy, everybody. And then he started voicing his opinion, and then people started talking about him. Them kids. I've heard that saying a lot. You gotta love the kids. You gotta love the kids. Verselab MP1. I would love to talk about that. Let me see if I can pull it up and learn more about that. But yeah, when I talk about how I think the MPC is a better platform, I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings or say that they dumb or make Verselab MP1. I'm not trying to do that. Oh goodness. Let's look at this. Oh yeah, I saw this video. I think it's probably a cool tool. This is almost like their version of the MPC, but they also have their TR on it. It's like, okay, we want an MPC. Oh yeah, let's make sure we got TR drum programming on it too. Now the TR drum programming is that strip of lights right there. That's the TR style. Track record, I don't know what that stands for. Drum tracks, melodic tracks, vocal. I guess you could work, and it's a workstation. Capture, refine, and finish your ideas. The fluid hands-on workflow simplifies music making with modern vocal recording, pattern generators, thousands of Zen core sounds, mastering effects, and more. Plug and play. Yeah. I think it's a cool tool. I think if you have nothing else, it's probably great. Like if you don't have, and you know, I have to kind of put on that hat. Like, okay, what if I didn't have anything else? When you have less stuff, the little stuff you do have is like becomes more interesting to you and more better. It becomes more valuable to you, right? And if you look on my YouTube channel, you can see how I had a lot less stuff. So at that time, it's like what I had was like everything, man. This is it. So if you don't have a bunch of other stuff to distract you from this, is great. I mean, I wish I had this when I was 14. Shoot, I should have had an MPC when I was 14, but I can't change the past. I would be, who knows how my life would have been if I had an MPC at 14. Who knows? Yeah, but I think it's cool. I like how Roland takes risks and just tries different stuff with gear. Korg does the same thing too. Akai not so much anymore. They got their lane, they stay right with it, and they go. When it comes to Native Instruments with the hardware, I think they got their lane. They stay with it. They don't really depart too much from it. I think that the Maschine Studio was a beautiful piece of hardware, and I wish they should have really rolled that. I think they should have rolled that harder to me. But a lot of times I think it may be because of the lack of sales that causes them to move differently. And see, I like Roland because Roland just makes about everything. They do. But I'm very curious about the SP404. Look at this thing right here. They got a doggone limited rec. What is this? I don't even know who KDJ is. What? Yeah, but I'm very curious about working with one of these. But yeah, I'd stand by. I mean, I like the MPC the most. I have had the most fun with it. It's not perfect. Like, for instance, I saw a comment on one of my videos talking about the doggone time signatures on the MPC3 hardware. We don't got any time signatures. What happened to that? That's like a basic thing. Hey, MJ, how are you? That's a basic thing. You should have time signatures on your platform. Hey, Low Cuts, how are you, man? You should have time signatures on your platform. You shouldn't do that. Now I'm wondering, does the doggone SP404 got time signatures? You know, does the SP404 got time signatures? Oh, excuse me. You know, what's the deal with that? How are we moving with that? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? Yeah, I think they will. But I think it's good to understand if you're able to have access to more than one device, I think it's always good to explore it. But my thing is, it's like, you got to watch your balance, because if you're in so much of the gear acquisition mode, it's hard to finish your records and projects. Like me, like I'm coming from not finishing stuff. Like I got to finish stuff. But it's so thrilling to get that new piece of gear and try it out and experiment with it and do this and do that. And here I am thinking that the MPC Live is portable. No, this SP4, no, I ain't going to say no. The SP404, if I were to compare the two, is more portable. You know, I think the SP404 is more portable than the MPC Live when it comes to portability. You know, I'm hanging tough. Oh, the Maschine groups have their own tempo. That's dope. See, Back to Knife rocks that Maschine. You know what's interesting though? Back to Knife is the one that put me on the Maschine back in the day. Detroit in the building. What's up, Anthony? Back to Knife. Shout out to you. You're the one that put me on the Maschine back in 2009 or 2010. You know, he was the one that messed me up. And I mean that in a joking, fun, lighthearted way. Changed my life. Because I wasn't really paying attention to it till like Mac told me about it. And I'm like, what? And then I remember when the Renaissance came out, and I didn't like the promotion of the Renaissance. I didn't like how It was I just didn't like how it was marketed at the time, but I wasn't really an Akai person at the time too either. It's like I knew about it late. I learned about it late. Like I had nobody to tell me when I was young. Yeah, man, you need an MPC, dude. Like nobody told me that. Like I went straight to FL Studio. I went straight to FL Studio and was done. I was straight to FL Studio and sort of never looked back. But before there was a FL Studio, there was an MPC. But at that age and time, one, I didn't know how to really save money. Two, I didn't know how to save money. Two, I didn't have anybody to tell me about it. And I wasn't really taught how to save money for music equipment. Like, I'm just going to be straight up. Like, I wasn't really shown, hey, this is how you save up $2,000 for a drum machine. Like, who does that? Like, I came from, we didn't spend thousands of dollars on music equipment. Like, well, that would have changed my life, though. That's in the past, though. A video game, a movie. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, it just wasn't a thing. I wish it was. I can't change that. My life trajectory probably would have been a totally different thing had the stars aligned. And I saw it like in high school in a video, but I still didn't know what it was, and I didn't know to ask because I'm like, who am I going to ask to tell me about this? In the DJ Shadow music video. And I remember one time I tried to get my mom to get me a ASR X, and it was too expensive. But I really wish that they had took time to say, hey, this is how you save up for this. CDs, yeah. Yeah, so, but, I went straight to FL Studio out of the high school situation. It worked with samples so well on a computer because that was the most powerful computer to make music in the house. And that was at one of the beginning times when Acid Pro was dope too. But that was one of the first times where I finally could sequence on my own computer. Like I got my own computer after I graduated high school. I took the money that I had. That would have been a time to buy the MPC too, but I wasn't thinking about MPC. I was thinking FL Studio. So I need a computer. I need a powerful computer to run FL Studio. But what I really should have got was an MPC because the FL Studio was a little bit ahead of its time. At the time, it was still ahead of time, but MPCs back in 1999, 2000 was on top. But I didn't have that guidance. I really didn't have that guidance to say, hey, man, screw that FL Studio stuff. Try this MPC out. Like, it would, man, if I had somebody just let me try out an MPC 2000 back in 99, like, hey, man, hold on to this for like a week. I would have been so fixated on buying one, it would have been crazy. I would have been so fixated because it would have did all the things I heard everybody do. And on top of that, you had to make your own sounds anyway. So I would have had my own fresh sound. I would have had my own fresh sound that because you didn't have a splice or records, like nobody showed me, but it would have been crazy. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate that support. Thank you for showing love on the channel. I appreciate it. That one, but you didn't have the money. Yeah, I didn't have the money either. Man, if I had a 4-track and like nobody told me about 4-tracks. Like the first time I 4-tracked or multi-track, it was like I was like in elementary school and I had 2 tape recorders and I would play them at the same time against each other and then record my part while the other part's playing just to capture it all on tape. Because nobody told me about 4-track recorders. God, my life would have been so different. My life could still be different, though. I just got to find a way to be full-time in music some kind of way. I was trying to with this YouTube channel. I was trying to, but it must be another way. There must be something. I'm still trying, y'all. I still believe in it. Yeah, you had 2 radios at a cassette. Yeah, you were tracking, Anna. You were tracking. Your brother had a SP1200. That's what I'm saying. Nobody told me. Cook it up. I was learning about sound cards late. I knew about it from YouTube videos, Manny Conley and the one in the Battle Cabinet. Yeah. So I just didn't have nobody to tell me. Like, and it was crazy is I had music equipment around. I just didn't have any hardcore music sequencer. Pitch the labels. I really didn't know which labels to pitch to, or how does that process work, or what do you do? Like, I didn't have that guidance. I should now, Caleb. I admittedly I do need guidance there if we're going to talk about that. But I'm not quitting. But I gotta kind of navigate a different world now because I work a lot and it's my job to overcome the challenges of working a lot and managing the challenges of daytime work. So I have to adjust. That's why you haven't seen me do videos. Like I haven't been doing videos. I've had to kind of learn to live with the fact that this channel is not as highly visible as other channels in this field. And I'm like, okay, well, how do I pivot? How do I sell these loot packs and things like that and become a better businessman for me on this platform? And getting exposure to my website, to my loot packs, can't solely rely on YouTube views right now because I don't get that. Caleb, yeah, let's book a time. Let's book a time. Let's talk about it. But things have changed now, so things aren't solely based on labels anymore. Labels are a big tool. Labels are a big tool to help you get your music across, but things a little bit different now. Like if you have an audience that really rolls with you and looks at your music and streams it, you could build your own. That's the thing now. Labels want you once you have motion on your own. That's how it is now. It's not like you can go to a label and pitch. Like your pitch is how much motion you got on your own. You know, that's basically how it is now. So if they are, that's good. But I think they you might find someone from a label that's interested. And I don't know what the whole perimeters for labels now are these days. But I do believe that things are different now. Where if you got motion and people are looking at what you're doing, and if you can get your own fan base and your own fan base is viral, then they come for you now. So you gotta have motion on your own. And what's interesting to me is I did this video reviewing a Rhodes keyboard. My buddy had bought a Rhodes keyboard, and I did a video about that. And Anthony, I'm gonna get to that. And the video did like 200 or 300 views on YouTube, but then we posted it on Facebook. When we posted it on Facebook, it got like almost 2,000 views because people were sharing it. People took it and shared it, which is very rare because Facebook, you don't get no views unless people engage and share it. Yeah, gaining traction, but I think it's consistent. Anthony said, yeah, I got my own label, Anthony. What I need, Anthony, is, because you listen to my music, Anthony, I need about 1,000 of you. That's why I need 1,000 of you, Anthony. You chime. One thing I remember. See, people don't understand. Like, if you really want me to pay attention, let me know if you hear my music or not, because that's the main thing I want people to know and hear and enjoy. And I'm trying to get back to. Well, I'm turning back. I'm not trying. I'm turning back to that. It's just nowadays I have more distractions now than I ever had before. But if I had 1,000 Anthonys that would look at everything I post on Instagram or stream on my music, you don't need no label. And at the same time, I would rather make enough money off my music to make at least $70K a year, or $60 or $70K a year or something like that. If I could get that from music alone with just my own fan base, Anthony, you're doing everything you can do within your natural thing. So I don't want you to feel pressured or anything like that. Like, do more. Do you how you want to do. I'm just glad that you're interested in my music. You have said that multiple times. You can never say that enough. I always like to hear that. But for me, the key is like I need 1,000 of you. that vibe with the music that I put out or the music I put out with other people, you know. So that's the thing. So I think traction is possible. It's just that things have changed now, and any label will get with anybody who's got motion on their own. But there was a time back in the day where major artists would touch stuff you work on. If it's viral enough, artists will pick up your stuff and do content with it. Like Jan Hunter when he did that Earth, Wind, and Fire thing, and that blew up. Or even the Pocket Drummer, the young lady. When you're viral, you get picked. Let me put it this way: when you're viral, you get picked up and you get work. Is my short answer. But you can't get viral unless you make it content. See, Tech Nine is dope. You know what I'm saying? So, hell, if I could just make $1,000 a month off of music, not like music gigs, but just the music alone from streams and sales and stuff. So, you know, I just need y'all to be ready to buy a CD when I finish it, and Anna got a CD we're finishing up on. It's really up to me to finish it. Maybe, you know, hope y'all can support that too. You know, it's so no, I don't know how to quit, but I've had to learn how to not mentally rely on YouTube so much. I had to stop letting YouTube define me and just kind of step back a little bit, because I'll be real with you, for a long time. Oh, that's dope. He probably has stuff registered on Sound Exchange. I need to do that too. I have to be back artist again instead of just a YouTuber. I think you should, Mac. You could probably get a lot of people for that. A lot of visuals for that. So yeah, there's lanes. There's lanes. There's always lanes to go. And you just have to be creative and willing to try them. It's just that I'm trying and doing all this stuff around the day job. Monitor controller. The Behringer monitor controller is a great controller. Only thing I don't like about it is there's a gate on it. Like if you have something that's really soft on it, it actually won't come through. Like on the lowest volumes, it'll actually gate it out. No, it's all good. I mean, I started working and a lot. So it ain't just you. But I was kind of dealing with some mental things too. And just kind of pushing through that. So yeah, it's a good controller, but I think I just don't like it because you have to kind of get sound in it to pass through sound, because it has a gate on it that I can't turn off. Otherwise, it's a great monitor controller. No, I haven't. Coolie Monet, yeah. But there's a lot of great things going on. There's good stuff to do, but it's not easy to build an audience, especially on Facebook. Like I was doing research on Facebook about marketing yourself, and Facebook is I will get the Behringer one for cost reasons. It's you get the same thing for less money. What was I? I was talking about. Yeah, Facebook is a pay to reach platform now. So you can have a professional page on there, but unless you're running ads, you won't get any views on it or exposure unless people share it. But it seems like unless you're doing something controversial, it's very difficult to get people to share. It's very difficult to get people to share on Facebook or like on share unless you're doing something controversial. What would be a controversial topic, like religious opinions, political opinions, controversial dating ideas, sexual images, twerking, if you're not doing that stuff, people just don't share it. Like the random, or if you're just like, not like, if you're okay. And and Instagram too. What's interesting about these platforms, I was researching this, is that these platforms, you can have a lot of followers, but it will only show it to a few of them. And if they don't engage it, it won't show them to the rest of your followers or the more things. So what they're doing is it's like they're turning a knob. It's like Meta has this knob, and they're turning this knob to reduce the amount of people. It's like it's an adjustment. Like back in the day, it's like, okay, yeah, everybody can see it. And they turn this knob. So now you're going from 100 people. I bet you it's a knob. I bet you it's a setting. You could turn it. Okay, so in 2000 maybe we could let 100 people. Now it's 50% of your followers. Now it's 25. Oh yeah, on this knob. And if those 25 people don't like and comment on that post on Instagram or Facebook, we're not going to show it to any more people because nobody's looking at it. And we're going to save our bandwidth for people who want to see what we want to see, and we're going to save our bandwidth to show content that people are engaging in because we want to keep them on our platform. Right. And yeah, if there's a community, but it's not a really a. Well, I think there's a way. It's just that they're monetizing it and stuff. But yeah, it's a pay to reach. It's a pay to reach platform. But I agree with you. Yeah. MySpace, they can't replace my face to face, and that was the interesting thing about MySpace back in the days. MySpace showed everybody saw your stuff on MySpace, but now they say, we can make more money if we limit the amount of people that can see your stuff. The only problem is that if you're not educated about them doing that, it could come off to you like you're not a good artist. It can come off like you're not good at what you do and you're not talented or what you're saying, or it doesn't matter. It comes off like that because once upon a time in the past, people used to care about what you say so much that they would engage with it. And now they've turned this knob. So that's the climate we are in. That's why you got to have that tight email list going on and other things, or face to face too. And now you have to invest in ads, and ads is the art form itself. Like I'm still doing test campaigns because I hope that one of these times I can do an ad and actually sell a loot pack. If I can sell a loot pack with ads and not solely depend on YouTube traffic, because it takes a lot of work for me to get YouTube traffic. I'm not gonna lie to you. It takes me 100 videos. I'm gonna push through on that. But in order to get that traffic, you gotta have some traffic, and the offers gotta be good. Maybe people don't want ambient R&B loops. I thought it was a pretty cool idea. I'll try that. Maybe I should do a campaign on the new Jack Swing pack I got out. And if it was selling like that, I'll say, okay, cool, I'll get some more. But it hasn't. So, but I know that my channel doesn't get the same visibility as it used to. And even that can come off like, okay, well, there's something wrong. No, I think maybe it's just, Yeah, so it's probably and they say shorts is the move now. It's like, dang, that's another adjustment I gotta make. But I agree. I have a pound of fat. This represents 1 pound of body fat. I have this to help me stay motivated. Yeah. I am 42. I have a pound of fat, y'all. This is supposed to represent 1 pound of body fat. There is some weight to this. R&B packs, yeah, you see them. So you're seeing them. Motivation. You ever see a gym trainer or a doctor keep this? It's to let you know what's going on. You probably could. No, Diana. You probably could knock somebody out. This is what I'm trying to get rid of. Pounds of this stuff. So maybe I don't eat that cheeseburger at the end of the night before bed. Yeah. So, yeah, but no, I think it's all good and possible. We just got to navigate differently. Yeah. It needs to get done. There's no not getting it done. It's getting done. There's no not getting it done. It's getting done. Yeah. So, Lot to learn, lot to study. I just want to come on and talk about that. And I appreciate y'all coming through on a random Thursday night to hang with me on this. I got to get back. I got gigs, yo. But that's good, though, because that's going to help me get some resources, do some other things. So that's a blessing. Yeah, Caleb. Once I find the proper channels to do that, I thought that my YouTube channel was that channel. Yeah. But I want to hold y'all. I do got to get going. So I want to thank everybody for watching. And thank y'all for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to call this a night and stay tuned for more. I just appreciate y'all coming through. Stay out of trouble. I'll see y'all later. I got to get up in the morning and work off some of these pounds of body fat. All right, I'm out.